Hello, Wayfarers! Welcome back to Twilight, Vampire the Masquerade. We haven't played this in so long.
Too long.
We're all back and ready to get back into the spoopiness of this game because it's been a long time coming and I love you guys. Um B, should we do a recap of what happened in the last session? Because I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it was a long time ago. Okay, so
You tell me and I'll tell you if you're right or not.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, keep me right. Okay, so
Yeah, sure.
we had our lovely singer Tabitha. Was away. She'd been contacted by the Camarilla to they basically wanted to utilize her visions to see what is going on. So while she was away, the guys, Cal decided he wanted to infiltrate the police station, and get his little cameras and spies and microphones and everything in there, which he did with the help of Lou seducing his live-in boyfriend. Well, not boyfriend, I should say, live-in food bank.
There are definitely some words that he could use to describe David that would not be suitable for streaming on Twitch.
But... is that allowed?
Food bank.
Sure.
So yeah, willing donor. There you go.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah. So so Cal got his spy equipment into Detective Michael's office. While he was in there, he saw a meeting that was going on between Detective Michaels and an unknown female. Now, this woman was looking at the case files and basically told Detective Michaels to drop the case. She wanted a copy of everything that was related to these dead bodies, and that she had to drop it. Cal got a pretty good role and realized that this woman was a vampire elder. Didn't know exactly who she was, had never seen her before, but now you also know that she's got her fingers in the police force, as you would expect from an elder. We also had Reinhardt, who needed some unsavory items for some ritualistic reasons that I'm sure will become clear to everybody else eventually. And he has an arrangement with an occult shop where they acquire what he needs, and in return he helps people that have unusual problems. One of which was there was something weird going on at a junkyard. Something, apparently a monster at the junkyard, where something was making noises and everything was being really spooky. But nobody had been hurt, nobody had seen what it was. Another one was this woman wanted help because she thought her friend had lost her soul. And the last one that seemed interesting was that certain animals were stopping going into certain streets. Reinhardt went to investigate that one and realized that the streets these animals wouldn't go in were the
most important one.
No, we're not talking about that.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
No, we're not. We're not. Yeah. I will chuck you out of this group. You keep going on about that.
What?
Someone is threatening to destroy the Swan car.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, it's not canon.
They should be punished.
It's gonna actually happen.
I'm excited.
But yeah, so Reinhardt discovered that the streets that these animals refused to go down were all streets around prey. there was no rhyme or reason to how these streets, like some of them were completely empty. There was no magic there. Others, it was the whole street. Others, it was half of it. Of course, it was very, very random. And Reinhardt had started to map out what streets, like where the magic went on what streets and where it stopped and things like that. I don't think he'd finished it yet, but he was going to start. He was going to get a map and start it off. And then he was also going to procure a gun for reasons that genuinely escape me right now.
Because didn't we have a suspicion there was a werewolf, and we were like, even though we'll get wrecked by it, someone should have a gun.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
It was like a junkyard.
Yeah,
dog
you were
situation.
convinced. You were convinced that there was something at the junkyard.
Yeah.
That's fine. I remember that.
so.
now.
Somebody asked for a gun, and
Yeah.
that's about all the thought I put into whether or not they should have the gun.
It was,
yeah, it
I
really
can
was.
get a gun. I have criminal contacts. Yes,
Yeah.
I can get a gun.
To be fair, Luke does have experience with guns. He's not
Yeah.
not just like a very it's not that kind of like childish thing you sometimes see in films where the kid's like, we're going into a dangerous place, I need a gun, and everyone's just like, no, you're gonna get hurt.
Reinhardt would give a gun to a child. That
I'm
wouldn't bother
sure
him.
he probably would.
Yeah.
Yes, he totally would.
Lou does at least know how to use and respect a gun.
That is true. So yeah, I think that was sort of the main points. When the stream from last session cut off, we didn't actually go on for much longer after the stream cut off. A lot of it was just Reinhardt wanting to map out the streets, so he needed a proper grid, like a proper street map. That he wanted a physical one so that he could walk along and mark things off, because he doesn't do technology. Even though Cal was willing to help him. Then Cal wanted to look at, I think, into more detail into the pictures, and you wanted access to Detective Michael's computer because you wanted to know her passwords.
Yeah, I wanted to film her basically do like keystrokes so I know what she put in.
Yeah,
Because
because
obviously that meeting stopped me from doing what I was going to do in the first.
yeah, but you did get cameras and stuff in.
Yeah, yeah,
but
I
you did also notice that the autopsy photo that this vampire was looking at was one of the murder victims.
That's right. Yeah.
During the autopsy, so the rib cage and everything had been removed, but there was brands on
That's
the
right.
internal organs, but not on the
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah, that was it, and we wanted to get a closer look at that because Reinhardt started working on a kind of like Zodiac style thing where it might make something from the locations or whatever. Like that's your thing, trying to figure out what the ritual inscription may say. But I can't help with that, but I can try to get pictures of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to look at that body again, don't we?
So yeah.
And I want to buy a taxi cab at some point.
Do I want to know why you want to buy a? Oh, you know, I remember
Yeah,
why.
I told you,
want
it's
to buy
just
a-
convenient. I work at night.
Yeah.
Perfect way to pick up drunk people and take them
You can
home and
feed-
then live,
Yeah, take them
live
home
in
and
their
then
houses.
sims their life. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
remember.
Yeah, it's just an easier way in.
Okay, so then at the end of the last session as well, you all fed, and then you were going to meet up the following evening. You still haven't heard from Tabitha. It's been a couple of days, but you're not overly worried because
No, we
something like
expect
this,
Yeah.
it could have taken a day, it could take up to a month. You're not entirely sure. So about 2 days have passed since Tabitha's gone with the candle. So first things first, what are you guys doing the next evening when you awaken?
I think Lou kind of wakes up and is a little bit just kind of like a little bit antsy, and has this kind of little moment of like being a little bit lonely because he's spent nights away from Tabitha before, like many times, but he always kind of knew where she was. And I think it's one of the first times in a while where he's genuinely, like, she's been taken away somewhere and he has zero clue where she is or when she's coming back. And kind of waking up in their place alone is a bit weird for him.
Well, you have a rough idea of where she is. You just have no clue how on earth you would manage to get to her.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing. Like, he's not that. There's not an obsession there or anything. It's just a case of, man, like, this is the first time where I couldn't see her if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's kind of just like wandering around the apartment a bit, waiting for a call from one of the others to kind of pull him out of this.
Okay, so what are Reinhardt and Cal doing?
What are you doing, Reinhardt?
He's probably kind of waking up in his own place, and then probably, I think head towards this. I know where the flat is, so maybe go and pick up that gun and then head back to the flat.
Okay, so you messaging your criminal contacts and
Oh, I
letting them
see.
know you're coming for the gun.
Yeah, I assume they've already dropped it off. They agreed that they would, so I'll probably let them know I'm coming to get it.
Yeah, because you wanted them to do it somewhere really inconspicuous, like in a bin or something. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably woke up to a message saying drop's been made. That would be that.
So we'll get that and then head up to the flat. My apartment, if you want to be fancy.
So you're going up to see Lou, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to join them, Cal?
Yeah, I'd like to get my car first, though. I'm gonna, what I assume it's Uber or whatever in the Hague. They have.
Yeah, you get Ubers everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. I'm basically gonna call a bunch of them until I'll ride around in them and stuff as the evening goes on, and when I'm in the car, search up who that person is and find which one is like the most lonely, degenerate person on Facebook, has like no friends and stuff, and then I'm gonna just mark them from now, and eventually my plan is to usurp their identity and phase them out because I want their car. But I was thinking
Right,
I won't be able to get an Uber license because I'm dead, so I think I might as well just take them.
That's fair. Yeah,
So I'll move in with them and stuff over the next few sessions and get to know their lives, and then make them kind of socially destroy themselves so that nobody's confused when they stop texting back.
Okay, let's see.
Unless there's someone that is just terrible, and then I'll just like fake an accent and take it. I'll put in the legwork, basically.
Yeah, so you ordered a couple of Ubers. You take a few of them around to different places. Some of the journeys aren't very long. Most of the journeys probably aren't very long. But the kind of third one that you're in, you realize this is the kind of person that you're looking for. They're basically doing it because it's the only job that they could get. They were a violent offender, well, a non-violent offender. So they were basically a thief, but nobody will really all hire them because nobody wants valuables around. They're not long out of prison. Very trusting, but don't really have any family or friends yet. They've not really settled in to normal life. So yeah, for the next kind of couple of sessions, you can easily
Make them
ruin their life for your own gain.
sweet. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Hey, he might prove to be more useful to keep in the car, so you never know.
That's true.
Cool. Yeah. Thief guy. I'm just gonna call him Life for a Car for now. There we go. And then yeah, I've probably got enough intuition to know that Lou finds it troubling about Tabitha but also in Cal's mind, while he does like Tabitha, he's assuming terrible things are about to befall them, and this is a precursor to that because now the Camarilla are involved. So he's probably like half about to send a contingency plan for what happens if Tabitha does not return to Lou, and he's like looking at the text for a while, and then just sends it to Reinhardt instead. No context, just a bunch of things. It would be like, if she doesn't come back, we have to disavow any knowledge of her because the Camarilla will expect us to react. He's basically just a paranoid scroll because he's assuming this is getting worse before it gets any better. I'm trying to get back into his mindset, and I remember he's afraid. We keep getting seen, we keep getting outsmarted. Nobody will help us. We can't even get in the club. The clues that we have got are more terrifying. Like we have the girl with like they say, that empty vessel. Now these ritual symbols that Reinhardt doesn't seem to know either. He's still very unhappy and worried. But then he will eventually go back to the apartment. As we did say, we would meet there when the gun was dropped off in the bin.
Yeah.
And that's his evening.
Okay. That's fine. So you arrive you arrive at the apartment. I imagine Reinhardt probably looks at this message and probably doesn't think anything of it because Cal is very, very paranoid.
He would probably reply with, "Okay, makes sense," and then that'd be it. Because, it's a useful thing to know.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so does Cal have obviously I know he's got all of his tech stuff up everywhere, but has he got any sort of like notifications, so if Detective Michael starts on our computer that it'll tell him, or is it just a case of when he looks back?
No, I think he would have set up like a motion sensor that then he can open, like you do with like ring
like a ring camera.
Exactly, yeah. So, because he's not going to sit and watch hours of an empty office, but as soon as she's in, he's like, and he'll drop anything and just like stare at it and try to learn those keystrokes that she does to log in.
Okay, so while you were riding about in the Ubers, you did get a few pings.
Perfect.
To say that she's in her office. Most of it's just been usual day-to-day answering the phone. She did log in, but she was kind of leaning over the desk. Like she was like answering the phone, and then she kind of had the phone on, and then she was leaning over, so you didn't see anything. But it's just a matter of time before you'll be able to actually get her details.
Perfect.
So that eventually you're going to be able to get what you need.
Did I get the name of the woman she was speaking to? I can't remember if No. Okay.
No. You did get. I don't think you actually looked at her.
I didn't. It was like I was looking at her in my periphery because once I ascertained she was kindred, I didn't want her to sense me almost. It was a bit like if I don't look, she won't look.
Yeah, so you would recognize almost like her aura if you met her again.
Yeah, that's what you said.
But you wouldn't. And you could probably recognize her voice, but you would not know her to look at her, or a name. Which again is fine. Reinhardt, you got your gun with no issues at the pickup. It went super smooth, as you now expect from your criminal contacts. And you all arrive at the apartment with a sad and lonely Lou. So what are you guys doing in the meantime?
Come on in, darlings. Settle down. Discuss some plans.
Yes, it's that anxiety-inducing part of the night again.
Yes, it is.
Have you heard anything from our seer, Tabitha?
No. Nope, I have not heard anything, and I have no way of getting in contact with her.
No, we do not. It's fine. I'm sure there is time. But still,
Certainly.
why have you got a gun?
Oh, is that mine?
Not mine.
When I toss the gun to
Lou takes it and just does a very quick kind of inspection of the gun, like making sure it's clean, making sure it's that everything's functioning. Just kind of doing that standard, like pull it apart slightly, have a look, put it back together.
and then I'll toss a magazine to him. Because obviously I'm not going to toss a loaded gun, because that's just stupid.
No, that would have been a bad call, and thank you.
Why do we have it? The last time I had a gun, I died.
Like, your bad luck is not our problem.
It was absolutely nothing to do with luck.
No, you died. So it's either incompetence or bad luck.
That is not how the world works, but fine.
Yes, and
Focus on the here and now.
we have the gun because of whatever the heck that apparent creature is down at the junkyard. Whilst Reinhardt may be able to do some kind of weird magic thing on that creature, the rest of our skill sets don't really lend themselves to fighting very much.
I have no intention of being anywhere near it. I thought I made that clear. I'm sorry.
I understand, but we still have to cover our bases and investigate, and frankly, I
will
feel
help with
like
the
I would have a much better chance of shooting it than I would with fucking it.
I mean, you don't know
Again, the
until you
binary
try.
choices of our cloister seem to be eliminating the room. We don't have to do any of these things. Let us find out what it is. Is it pressing?
Pressing in as much as it's there.
Okay.
What else have you got to do?
Until
I
Tabby
suppose.
gets back, we don't really have a huge amount we can do.
I would not be opposed to, and not because I like it, but the corpses in the morticians. If they have any more, what did you call them? Symbols, Reinhardt? Runes?
Mm-hmm.
Magic letters?
Yeah.
It might help illuminate. Is it a puzzle? It is a phrase? I do not know, but
Well, if we can get me in there, or even if you can get the insides out side,
I'm
either one.
fairly certain Cal and I could manage the second part of that. As for the first one, we could certainly try.
What do
we
we
can
think?
get in there. There's an easy access through the fridge. And we know the
You're not wrong, but that seems like a very dull approach.
works absolutely fine, but as always, let's convolute it. We do
And if-
know the operative. He was at the club, if I recall. I believe he got drunk.
Yes.
He was one of your VIPs.
He was, yes. He got
Yep.
really drunk.
Yes.
He did. Poor Lucas. Yes, he got very drunk and basically spilled that he's now terrified to work by himself because there was a weird mutant ghosty zombie thing that appeared, his face was melting, and it stabbed someone with a cotton bud, and then he passed out.
The cotton bud was right on. I think. Oh no, he ate actually.
Yeah.
He may be susceptible to persuasion.
Well, that depends on whether we're talking your brand of persuasion or my brand of persuasion.
This time, I actually believe it may be my brand.
That's
Not
fair.
yours. Not that I don't admire the effectiveness of yours, by the way. And he shows you like the live feed from the police office. It is not riveting entertainment, but it will prove fruitful.
Easy people are very easy to distract.
You'll always. One thing I've learned about humanity is they never look up.
No, they
They're
don't.
easy to place. But yes, we could perhaps get this Lucas, and I think we found his details as well, didn't we? Because he came. I took the phone. Yeah. So and I'll like get up and be like, we could visit him now.
I'm game. Anything to get me out of this apartment for a little while.
Reinhardt, it might actually help if you come. You could talk to him without me having to show my face.
I can try talking to him.
Yeah, I know it didn't go flawlessly in our first introduction, but second chances, we'll do it. And if not, well,
Hey, can I send an emoji?
Yes.
Lou, your phone pings, and it's an upside down happy face.
Lou has just the biggest smile on his face all of a sudden.
what is it?
Looks like my little tabby cat has gotten out of the pen.
What? Then we should go immediately. What
Absolutely.
she said. Let me read it.
I imagine you just did this, and then
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
like, I need to know.
and then it's just an upside down happy face.
I just
Like,
look
shakes
at...
his head at himself like, I should have known better, and just gives you back.
Yeah, you certainly should have.
I see.
I send back.
Verbose as ever.
I send back a I send back a message with like a little geo pin and a question mark.
She'll send a house back and a running man.
Hang on, a house, a what?
A house, a picture of a house
A
or a little
house.
building,
Okay.
and the person running.
Oh, okay.
A running man.
She's coming here.
Oh, okay, excellent.
I imagine at that point, literally Tabitha bursts in the door.
Yeah, probably.
She was like doing it as she was like coming down the road.
Oh, everyone's here.
Tell us everything immediately.
Tabby.
Wait, have you been followed? And I'll go outside and check.
I'm always followed. She closes the door and locks it.
What
Fine,
was
he'll
Cal
stand-
outside?
He'll stand outside. I can get in that door. There's no problem. He'll just come in and lecture you if bad your locks are.
I think Lou just grabs Tabitha and pulls her into a hug real quick.
Sneak
And
back in the room.
yeah, just a very quick hug, and then lets her go. So
She'll hold on to the hug for a minute.
yeah, okay, I just hold her there for a bit.
It's been quite traumatic for Tabitha.
We have little time.
It's all right, cat.
Yes. Little time. Lots of time has passed, but not a lot. It's
What do you
confusing.
know?
She'll sit down at the table.
I'm gonna get a pen and paper.
So, I saw a few different things. I saw things that I didn't want to see, but you don't need to know what I saw. I was Mary.
What?
And she
Mary
was.
who?
Do you know Mary?
No, I'm asking you. Mary.
I don't know who Mary is.
Like
Okay,
Mary from the Bible.
No.
Mary had a little lamb.
So she
Continue.
okay, I was in Mary's body. And I before the okay. She fell down, I fell down, she fell down, and a man helped me up. And he was dressed very nicely, but he looked nice. But he wasn't nice. But he seemed nice to her. But he helped her up, and she wouldn't look at his face, so I don't know what he looked like then.
You know what he was wearing? You say he looks nice.
He was wearing top hat and a suit and had a cane. It was not recent. Because they were talking about a horse and carriage.
Good. This is good.
Darling, they still have horse and carriages. It's just a novelty now. What makes you think it wasn't recent?
Do you think it was recent?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm confused.
Wait, go on. She can't be more confused. We need to. Let's add that later.
So he was really well spoken, and I didn't recognize their accents.
Interesting.
But he helped her up and was very kind, and then he led her away.
You were Mary.
I was Mary.
Mary who?
I don't know.
Okay.
And he said that he was going to take her somewhere safe.
Would you believe he was not?
I don't think he was. I think he was bad. But then, so he led her away, and then I was pulled out of it because it was a really long time. It seemed really short, but it was really long, and so I had to feed and things. I didn't recognize him.
Did he look kindred or mortal?
It was day.
Daytime.
That was one, and then before that, I was having all these other visions that were very similar to what I had before. I remember when I got hit
In the
out
park.
of yes, it was similar to
Children.
that, but they couldn't push me out because I think that being in that space. And then there was a second vision. It was shorter. It was similar. I was a woman named Annie. And she was carrying a very big basket. It was heavier than it should have been. And he came and helped. Same man. And they didn't know each other.
This
He helped
this same man potentially. A Mary and an Annie.
Yeah.
Well, darling, this may be a stretch. Were the streets dirty?
Were the streets dirty?
Yes.
They were very dirty.
Well, that's a horrifying thought, and to think I'd always been a great admirer. Mary
That's-
and Annie were the two first canonical victims of Jack the Ripper. Were you then Elizabeth?
No, that was the last one that I had.
What about Catherine?
It was just Annie and Mary.
Annie and Mary.
But then
That was the last vision you had. That was
yes, but the thing is that I was yanked out of this vision. I tried going back, but they wouldn't let me. And then I realized that there was magic in the room, and everyone that was there were freaking out, freaking the fuck out. And this woman, the kindred, came in who had this very similar gravitas as Esme, and she smacked me in the face. And that kind of broke the connection of this magic that was coming through me. It was very overwhelming, and when that's right, she did a ritual with blood on the ground, and there was a flash of light, and then I don't remember anything except waking up after that when they kicked me out.
I'm so very sorry you went through all that.
I don't want to do it again.
I wouldn't want you to.
You might have to.
But if what I'm thinking is true,
I don't like what you're thinking, but yes.
the way to confirm that would be if you went back in and were Elizabeth. Or Catherine, depending on which theories you believe.
Well, your working theory has the most credit considering we have very little other theories. And so I'm sorry to say, but I think you have to go in again.
Each vision took about 16 hours at least.
Well, weren't the first 2 victims murdered during the night and found in the morning?
They certainly were.
Which would then be not line up with it being during the day. Since the first one was found at 3-something a.m. and the second one at 6 a.m.
Found dead at those times, yes. But at the same time, no one saw the killings actually happen.
The visions sound like meeting rather than... Again, it is better than no theory.
And no one knows who he was, what exactly the events that transpired were. They just know how the victims were killed and where they were found.
I worry, do you recall the vessel, the empty one? Their friend was a sycophantic admirer of serial killers. It's another tangential link. This Jack the Ripper, he's
That's true.
infamous.
Yes, yes.
I don't know why, but perhaps in some cultish way she feels she's doing his work. I don't know. You've now set my mind reeling, which is the thing I hate about not knowing. The expanse of nothingness is vast. Knowledge is contract.
At the moment, it would just be a theory.
One that I feel we could eliminate if Tabitha's gift is willing.
I don't want to do that to you, but
Nobody wants to be doing any of this, though, surely.
no.
Can you do it, Tabitha? Is there anything we can help to make you do it?
You want me to look at someone
To go
specific?
again. You
To
wish
go back
see-
to the... I don't think they'll take me back.
No.
Is there a way we could recreate what they did?
I think it
Would
was
you draw
a
this ritual
special thing. The ritual itself, I think, was to block whatever was feeding through me.
That's
Feeding
fair.
isn't the right word. Reaching through me as a conduit.
When you were these people, did you know about them, or were you just experiencing them in that moment?
I was experiencing them in that moment.
Right.
Lou, this Ripper, is it known if he is... Did he ascend to kindredness? Is he just a mortal legend?
I don't think it's known much about him at all.
I thought we made it up.
Quite possibly. There have been conspiracy theories surrounding it.
And it was one of us.
That range very far-fetched to some very far-fetched places, but the idea that a society of some kind were behind it has been theorized before.
So I don't know what to suggest.
Back in my more reckless days, when I fancied myself a bit of a killer, I was a bit more of a mad killer. I did some research, but is there... Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask what the woman that came in and did the ritual looked like.
Okay, so she was about kind of maybe 5'3". She was quite short, but her personality made her feel so much bigger than that. She felt almost like a force of nature. when she came in the room. She had dark hair. You couldn't tell exactly what color. Obviously, it was fairly kind of dimmed. There was a lot going on. She had kind of noble sort of features, so she looked very like an aristocrat type thing, where she had like quite a sharp kind of nose and face. Like she didn't look very soft, but genuinely when she came in, it was like a hurricane had hit the room. Like took control of everything. Like you could tell she was not used to being ignored or defied at all.
Did Esme know who she was?
Yes, but never said her name. But you could tell that Esme immediately was like, shit, when she came into the room. She was not there to escort you out of the building, Esme.
Oh, so Esme didn't come with me?
No, you basically were escorted by nameless, almost faceless vampires who literally like shooed you out.
Right. I imagine I came out the building, I essentially turned around and went, well, fuck you too!
But then literally it's like as you turn around, the door slammed in your face, and that's when you like shouted it at the door.
Did they not get what I saw then?
Yeah. The way that Esme explained it to you, the way that the room is set up is it almost does like a projection of what you see, but only in a specific place.
Okay.
So they saw what you saw. But the fact that something managed to come through freaked them all out.
Yeah, okay. I'll describe it.
Yeah.
Is there a way that Tabitha can kind of, I don't know, because of all her kind of like premonition stuff, is there a way that Tabitha can actually like show us, like do a kind of mental link with one of us to show us the vision?
I don't think there's anything specific.
Because I
don't think I have telepathy.
No, I get that. I would technically have enough points right now to take a rank in Auspex if that would help.
Let me see.
And that's all from my perspective.
I'm looking
New Reiner would have a ritual.
He might do, but it would be something that would be fairly untested.
Everything that I have is in here. And I can't get here to there. You don't trust me, you don't want to be in here.
I know. the man, the not nice man.
Mm-hmm.
You said he was well dressed.
Yes.
And there was horse and carriage.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
The women were of a lower station.
Which does still fit. Was he wearing any... you didn't see his face, did you?
Did I see his face the second time?
No, it was almost, again, it was kind of like the person was... There was like a really quick glance, but enough to see the fact that this man looked quite handsome.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was so posh kind of meant that they were a bit like, shouldn't really actually be looking at you.
But I heard his voice.
Yes.
Heard his voice. And was he wearing any kind of hat or...
He had a top hat.
Top hat.
And a cane.
And a cane.
And a cane. Which
what
is...
did the cane look like?
It looked expensive, but also slightly practical. You probably saw more of the cane than you did of this guy's face.
Mm-hmm.
Basically it was like made of like a really dark wood, but it had what looked like silver at the tip, and then obviously it had just like a sort of round silver kind of handle, but you could tell that it had been used a lot because there was dents and marks on the silver and also up the wood. So it looks like it had come into contact with, you know, normal kind of scuff, wear and tear, but for the fact that the rest of this guy's suit was almost spotless and even his shoes were polished to within an inch of their life, but this cane wasn't, tells you that it was something that he looked after a lot.
Mm.
And that attire would fit in with 1888 in London. Top hat and cane, very prominent.
So what have you guys been up to?
Oh, well, there's... we have a spy cam in the police station now under Detective Michael's desk.
Mm.
Oh, and a conspiracy that she is also under the thumb of fellow kindred.
Yes, that too. Something's going on at the junkyard, some kind of monster.
Which we now have a gun to valiantly defeat it.
Yeah, I brought a gun. That's about all I've been doing.
Right.
The bodies have some sort of ritualistic inscription that we're hoping Reinhardt and his circle of wizards will be able to decode.
The organs were branded, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes. A lot of disturbing things.
The plot has only thickened in your absence, Tabitha, which is why I was hoping you would return with a clarifying vision. Now we have ancient serial killers walking amongst the midst. Not
Potentially.
improbable. Not improbable.
Yes.
It's at least something that...
It's extremely coincidental that a man dressed in the attire of 1818 in 1880s London, speaking to a woman of lower class, first with the name of Mary and the second with the name of Annie, is extremely coincidental if it wasn't linked to that.
Maybe he's just really, really into Jack the Ripper.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe he's really old.
Why don't you date that serial killer enthusiast? Maybe tell her about... Maybe she can... I don't know. Have her see what she thinks.
We could certainly...
I don't really know how to search. He seems mythical, if it was even a he. I still think it was just a ruse for someone to feed, but...
Quite possibly, but...
Who would know? Who would tell?
British kindred from that era?
Yeah, the city's disgusting. I don't really want to go there.
Not particularly.
Their sewer system is ancient.
Yes.
One shall have to proceed without the ability for Tabitha to dive or whatever it is you do
I
again.
mean, I can reach out and do. It's not with the same strength.
B.
Mm-hmm.
My old Toreador crew from the French Resistance.
Yep.
Would any of them have been old enough to be alive at that time? And potentially have been in the UK at that time?
I mean, I think you're asking a bit much for both.
That's fair.
Let me just double check here.
I'm
I just
trying
wanna-
to work out what resources we have.
I imagine I didn't recognize his voice.
No, you did not recognize his voice at all. But the more that you think about it, the more you realize that the magic that you felt has been like the one that kind of came through you is the one that you've been feeling around Prey.
Yeah.
And the one that's been causing all the issues to begin with.
I imagine, yes. So the
One in
the
the
visions
city.
were directed at Prey and whoever was heading that up. So I think it's all the same person. And their magic.
Let me see.
Reinhardt, I hope this doesn't offend you, but I've grown to detest magic in the last few nights.
But it's. I think it's a bit of a silly point of view to have, and I think you'll come to regret it.
Well,
But-
you can point out when it becomes useful, and then I will change my perspective.
Okay.
In the meantime, let us get closer to that eventuality, perhaps.
The magic from the vision is similar to the one of that. Right, that is interesting though.
Well,
It's the same person that pushed me out of the vision. It's the same that was reaching through. It's the same.
that dwells in prey, one way or another. Reinhardt, you posited it might be locked in.
What?
Yes, perhaps he was reaching out to talk. If it's this, this being, perhaps it's trying to reach you in the. He looks around nervously. Have we checked for bugs recently?
No, I've been gone. She starts looking through the house.
No.
If it's
we
this
did it-
powerful, we wouldn't need bugs.
I'm more worried about the Camarilla.
That wouldn't
If then
be.
true. If you say they ended the ceremony and abruptly ejected you.
They pulled me out of the vision.
Yes,
This
they
was-
pulled
it
you
was
out of the
going-
vision.
the-
Wait.
Yes,
They pulled you out of the vision. The vision did not eject you. They pulled you out.
it was not able to eject me. And then
Hmm.
I think but
They
then
did not want you to see
they
whatever it
pulled
was going to
me
tell you.
out of the camera pulled me out of my vision. Esme pulled me out.
Huh.
I tried to go back, but then I realized I was being used as a conduit of sorts for the same magic that whatever was there was coming through.
So
I
you
knew
were
And this woman came and slapped me on the face.
What did this woman who
Jeremy.
slapped you? What did she look like?
She was the short 5'3", 4
Ah,
something.
yes, you mentioned her. Okay. See, I
Um,
knew
And
we
she was the
were
one that
doing.
did. She did the ritual on the ground.
she
Reinhardt.
did the ritual.
Do you know any ritualists of 5'2" description?
Mm-hmm.
Female.
I mean, I thought magic was pointless and had no use.
Yes, so
I'm
let's stop
saying-
it. Do you know them? Do you have a meeting, a
Uh,
guild?
From your clan.
You don't know her.
Okay.
Reinhardt does not know her.
Why don't we know anybody?
We don't. We're losers.
You do. You just not anybody in the Camarilla because you
Yeah.
don't trust anyone in the
That's true.
Camarilla.
Yeah, I'm at that point literally going to turn around and be like, I told you we shouldn't trust them.
Oh, I agree. We shouldn't trust the Camarilla.
No.
So, Matt, just to let you know, you would probably have people in your clan because the generation that would have been around that time is just literally the generation that's a bit older than you.
Yeah.
So you probably do know people in your old clan that are around that age, but whether or not they were in London at that time and could be of any use to you
Any-
at all is a
yeah.
totally different story. So you would need to probably reach out if need be.
I think Lou has got enough of a hunch on this that he's going to probably send out a feeler and that might give some details to Cal, who's probably better at this side of things than I am, to see if he can get in contact with his old sire.
Shit.
That
That
was a great
escalated.
face, Rob.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say, like, old friend, and now I'm meeting your dad.
His sire Lenora.
Okay, your mum.
Mum.
Yeah.
Not dad. Mum.
Yeah, I will absolutely be happy to try to
I'll,
facilitate that.
Yeah, I'll kind of explain, like, she I last saw her, oh god, when was that? I got my timeline. Where's my timeline? But last time I checked, they were going across to the United States. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let me
So
That's
while
a
you're
good
checking that out, Chris, is Reinhardt going to potentially put out feelers to see if he can figure out who this woman is that did the rituals?
Yeah, he'll put feelers out probably later on. Let's face it, it's probably not a priority right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Plus, he's probably wanting to be careful about it.
Yeah, we don't want to tip a hand either way.
Yeah. So he might do it in a roundabout way, the most
Yeah.
convoluted way that he could think of.
That's really smart because we can't let them know we know that they're screwing us, that we know that they're doing it.
So they know that we know, but we don't know that they don't
Yeah.
know. But then
It
they
is though,
know that
'cause
we.
They'll know that we know if we find out to make sure that we do know. I'll be careful. I'm totally with Chris. It'd be a mess. if it was awful.
Yeah.
That also
Okay.
makes me think. Reinhardt, I take back what I said about your magics. I want ones that are useful to us. The ancient ways must have merit, otherwise they wouldn't have survived. Survival is everything. If there are witch rules that commence, then there should be ones that commence again. Is there any ritual you know that can begin or to enhance a vision? I felt Tabitha's call was ended prematurely, and I would like to see if we can redial.
I would probably need to go and have a look, see if I can figure it out. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Or if it is, it's potentially beyond what I could do.
I believe in you.
I want to do it.
No, Tabitha, we will protect you best we can.
I mean, if Tabitha doesn't want to do it, I'm not going to force her to do it. But I don't even know if I can do it, so I need to figure that out before I even say yes, it's something I could do.
Understood.
Because I don't even know if I can. Because
And
funny enough, this stuff takes a really long time to learn.
that's fair. And yeah, Cal, I'll give you what details I can about Lenora. They left she left with the Toreadors back in '93. And they moved to the US. So I'll give you what details I can, and hopefully you might be able to track one of them down so I can contact them.
I will use your name often when my kind
By all
interact with
means.
Toreadors. It's
Yes,
it's a bit
but
of a one-way street.
we didn't leave on the most favorable of terms, but do use my name. At the very least, Lenora should harbor some kind of, I'm sure, cruel and grotesque affection.
I will ensure she does not find you, don't worry.
Oh, it's fine if she does. But,
No, I disagree.
the bad favor on which we left was largely my fault.
Yes, that makes it worse for her knowing. Revenge lasts a very long time among our kind. I should know.
I don't think revenge would be in her heart. I'd hope it wasn't. But,
I will protect you, my friend. We need each other.
I appreciate that. But they may have information that would be helpful.
Anything would be helpful. I will chase this lead.
Of course.
I'll be over here, and I'm going to lie on the sofa and start scrolling, seeing if I can dig anything up.
Tabby, we won't make you do the ritual if we can find any other way of working this out. That's a last ditch effort.
I think it's less about me and more the reaction from those around me that are far more powerful than all of us, and their fear at the magic that was coming through. I don't think we would be capable of containing whatever that is.
So definitely last ditch effort then.
Is there some kind of monster or creature that isn't a kindred that can be immortal or?
Yes. Carry back on my phone.
that would have magic. That maybe if it's Jack the Ripper, if he's one of these things that can walk in the day and
Don't know
You-
specifically.
The only other one that you know is actually real are werewolves, and they can't do magic.
They can't. And also, we're dealing with some weird shit already here where people are branding organs.
this sucks.
And Jack also seemed to have an obsession with people's organs because he, well, removed many of them. And
Jack,
the Ripper.
We're on a first name basis now.
right?
You know, buddies.
I'm going to sit up and say, I feel like we've been in one place for too long.
Me too.
Shall we go see Lu-
That was great timing.
This is the most aggressive meow.
Even the creatures feel it. My animalism is kicking in.
I could write a
Perhaps
letter.
we go to the mortuary, the morgue. What is it? Is morgue? Is that what it's
Morgues.
called? I
The
can't remember.
morgue. The mortuary is where you go and talk about
That's-
the dead. The morgue
yeah,
is where you
okay.
keep
That's where. Yeah, let's go to the fridges.
them.
Yeah, you're going
Yeah.
to the fridge.
Go to the
Yeah.
icebox.
People fridge is where you're
People
going.
fridge. Yeah,
Yeah.
the gone-off food fridge.
Yeah.
We can get Reinhardt there. Hopefully, Reinhardt's knowledge will elucidate us on these symbols. It is something. I have no other suggestions.
No, I'm very much up for going to the cold food section.
Oh, Cal likes that.
Honestly, that mortuary assistant has been so fucked up at this point and has been drinking a lot lately. At the end of the day, if we did kill him and make it look like he killed himself, it probably wouldn't raise too much suspicion.
Can we?
Obviously, let's try and not do that, but
Oh. You scan for people through cameras and things.
Every waking moment I can, yes.
What about trying to find someone who walks with a cane? With a
Mhm.
silver tip and a silver top.
That's the
It's
top hat.
resource intensive, but it is an unusual outfit. It's possible.
I don't know if he'll still be wearing a top hat. It seems.
that would be fairly outdated.
Well, either way,
Maybe I
they're
should
both-
get a top hat.
No.
You would look amazing in a top hat.
We have lost focus. No.
I haven't gone shopping in days.
He looks over to you, Reinhardt, like so close.
It's like almost a normal conversation.
Yeah. I was like, wow, Tabitha's giving us loads of knowledge. I love it, obviously.
But do I have one? She goes into her room.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
shocked you
literally
do not. Yeah,
mid-sentence, and it's like, I could have one, and then turns around.
that's fine. That's probably actually quite a helpful break to our group. Yeah, all the intensity. It's like, thank you, Tabitha.
I could also try and provoke something. And we could watch to see if whoever this person is, if they are the Ripper, reacts to it in any way.
The people who got into Prey, we said
Yeah.
we couldn't find any kind of similarities. Could we? Couldn't identify a pattern between anything.
No.
They weren't like
Um,
all men or all women or anything.
No, but there are other things that you haven't looked into that could have
Yeah.
a pattern to them.
I mean, are they all
Um,
young?
They were
low income?
No, but there is a pattern between other things that you haven't looked into.
Okay, well, I've got to get to this morgue.
Yes.
I mean, now you're going on the right track, so that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Tabitha comes out with like a fairly nice, expensive top hat that looks like she has never worn it. And she's holding a dead rat and comes in and opens the bed and just tosses it in.
The rat.
Yeah.
You could have ate that.
No, it's like decomposing.
How
It's
dare
been there
you.
a long time.
How dare you? That is
What?
an aspersion against my Cal.
What? It was a
I'm
pet.
sorry, in character. Like, yeah, Cal looks at you like you just made like a racist insult. It's like, I am not a sewer dweller.
I didn't call you. a
Not
sewer
funny,
dweller.
Tabitha.
What?
Cal, it was a pet that she forgot to feed.
Like literally, she bought it from a pet shop.
Yeah, he doesn't know that. Yeah, that's even worse. He's gonna pick up the rat and take it and just shake his head. Animals. And then I wrote this character she loves animals for ages
That's
ago.
fair. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I feel like there's a
What are they?
few literal skeletons in Tabitha's
She like looks over,
Yeah,
she looks at Lou's like, wait, what are you supposed to feed them?
Yeah, totally.
You also get that from the pet shop, dear.
Oh. Is that why they keep dying?
Yes, you're supposed
Yeah,
to feed
probably.
them,
Mm. I mean, rats will eat anything,
more or less.
They
including
are.
people, if you get them annoyed enough.
They're great survivors
Okay.
normally.
They can't withstand Tabitha.
You know, it's just look at it like, what did you do?
Yeah, but there's like, if you go, probably a good thing. I imagine Cal's probably never been in Tabitha's room, and it's
No.
probably
No,
a
we
good
should go
thing
into
because
Tabitha's room.
there's literal like skeletons of dead animals.
There's
Some things
those-
even Cal doesn't want to know.
No, you should
Yeah.
not go into
You don't want to look in there.
Tabitha is like Cal's antimatter because the whole vision thing's terrifying to him. It like broken information seems like the worst kind. Like your gift frightens him genuinely. He's just like that. That must be
Me
hell.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is quite
What?
terrifying.
Should
I was
get you a
thinking-
pet rock.
Mm.
Pet rock.
Yeah.
Let's go.
some
we'll
Google
go
eyes
shop
and
Let's go
for
to the morgue. We can deal with pets and stuff afterwards.
Yeah, like Cal's half convinced Tabitha's gift is this. Like it just you get sucked into a chaos of like your mind wandering. Like, yeah, I think he thinks you've got some sort of mind powers, but can't confirm it. Yeah, let's
Cool.
go before the hours become.
Yeah, what time is it?
It's probably about midnight, because
Okay.
it's getting sort of darker, so it's dark about 8 o'clock.
This is good
Mhm.
So
more
it's
time.
been a good few hours.
Yeah, yeah,
You've had a lot of information to get through in a short space of time.
yeah. I can imagine it's like hours of conversation and walking around like what, and then
Yeah. And then also, Cal, you'll keep checking because you'll keep getting pings from the police station. So you think you've almost got it, but you're not quite sure enough to be able to test it without causing any issues yet.
gross. That is again the worst thing. So close.
It's just
Um,
because she keeps, obviously, she's like doing in the middle of stuff while she's
Yeah.
putting in
Yeah,
passwords
yeah. No,
and
it's fine.
things.
I'll get her.
You'll get there.
Cal's patient. You know, we're undead. We got time. Sort of.
That's
Even
true.
though this thing's getting scarier and scarier.
Mm.
I will, to humour Tabitha as well, take a picture of her head in the top hat and like start running it through some AI thing that could scan top hats in case. I probably won't ever use it, but I'm like, look, yeah, it works. It finds people's top hats in the street.
So cool. You're really good at that.
It's free online, but yeah. And then, yeah, he's going to put his hood up, jacket, and be like, he'll just wait for you in the elevator. All of you just sit there, silent.
Let's go.
Okay, so you're all going to the morgue.
Yes,
Sure.
indeed.
Well, do we want to go straight to the morgue or call Lucas and get an actual way in or break in? I don't carry the way I character. It's if Reinhardt, I feel like Chris hasn't had a chance, he might want to talk to Lucas and put the screws to him.
I think not breaking in would be the better option. I
Agreed,
think not
yeah.
breaking into the police station would be
Again.
a sensible idea.
Yeah. I feel like you only get so many times you can break into the police station, right?
Well, I'm more thinking, you know, the dice have been on your side, but
Yeah.
they're going to run out eventually.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And
Mhm.
like, I was last session, I was very scared in that room. In and out of character, I did nothing. I just stood there.
Yeah.
He's literally, I'm just going to stand in the corner.
Yeah, you
and
were like,
not
what are you
move
doing?
and
I was
not
like, I'm in the
speak.
corner. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
They're doing
When I
nothing.
realised-
I'm doing
Yeah.
nothing that would require me to roll. Nothing at all.
Yeah, exactly. I just listened.
I have unseen passage as well, so I can sneak around.
Yeah, but
with-
you still have to roll because
yeah.
if you lose
Right, I'll roll.
concentration or
Yeah. It was when I realized she was a vampire because I thought if she gets
All right. Yeah.
any hints, she might do what you can do, Auspex and Stephanie. Again, the anti-cow Auspex.
the anti-cal. Okay, so you're gonna go to see Lucas first, and then you're gonna
Yeah,
actually go to the morgue.
We got his phone details. I mean, we could just call him and meet up with him.
It's
So
up
just
to
ring
you.
him.
Go for it. It's entirely up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to call him and see if he's at work. So I'll ring. I'll call.
Okay.
I'm like walking with you guys while I'm doing this. I'll tell you what I'm doing.
So it rings and it looks like it's almost going to go to voicemail, and then someone answers it. They sound out of breath, and it's just like, "Hello, hello, hi, hello, hello."
Hi. Is this Lucas? Whatever his last name is.
Holt.
Holtz. Can you talk right now, or are you at work?
I can talk. Who are you?
Sorry, are you at work right now? I can't quite hear you. The signal's weak.
No, I'm not at work.
Where are you
can I
right
help
now?
you?
You might want to sit down.
Can I help you?
Yes. Sorry, are you at home?
Who is this? And he's starting to get suspicious.
It's fine. I don't care about scaring him. I kind of want him to be on this one. I'm going to say, does he drive a car? Have we seen him drive home before?
You haven't, but obviously when he was at the club he was drinking, so you wouldn't know.
Oh, that's what I'll do. Yeah, of course. I'm going to say, some of your property has been found at the Thirst nightclub. I'm trying to return it to you.
And you can almost hear like the cogs turning, going, "What did I leave at Thirst?"
I'm not sure. It's a bag. It's got because I took his I think what did we take off him, Chris? We took something off him. I don't know if it was his work pass. I can't remember. We took something off him.
Yeah, I think you did take something off
We did,
him.
because I remember thinking I wanted to follow him, but then he ended up almost getting his face ripped off. So we looted something off of him. I can't remember if it was his work pass, then this phone call might be irrelevant. I can't remember what it was.
I don't. I don't think it was his pass, but I think it was something to do with his work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was like. I think it was more like a kind of name badge as opposed
Oh
to
yeah,
like a.
that I think that. Yeah, that's what I say then. It seems to be your employer's work badge. I'm sorry, that's why I was asking if you were at work. I didn't want you getting any trouble with your employer.
And you can hear him going, "Oh, that's what it was."
I work with the security, you see, and you're in a bit of a state of inebriation.
I don't remember, but I assume so.
It's fine. We have client privilege or something, but if you would like, I can return it to you here at your place of work, privately, of course, or an exclusive club, etc. I'm like looking at Lou like, don't worry, the club's rep's good.
You can hear him kind of going, I should probably get it back. And you can hear him like almost talking to himself because he's a bit like, I'm going to work later.
I can meet you at your work if you let me know. Don't mind.
That could be helpful. I mean, you could tell he's a bit like, I haven't really had anyone to talk to about this.
I'm a taxi driver. I'm driving around now, so I don't mind. I can drop it anywhere. I just need a place.
Yeah,
I work at the club, but then I moonlight as a taxi driver.
Yeah, he didn't even pick up on that, by the way.
I did it to listen, yeah.
He did, yeah. He's just like, no, if you could drop it off at my place, that would be good. I don't want my boss to see that I've left my name badge. I'm already.
It's quite late. Are you working tonight? I don't want to.
I am, but I don't start until the morning.
Well, what time? Just to make sure. I'll try to get her soon. as you're going in?
He
No, it's
starts. He's like, "Oh, I start in like a few hours, so it's about 4 o'clock." He starts.
Ah, okay. I'll probably drop it in before then.
He's like, "Okay, if I don't answer, just put it through the letterbox."
Will do.
He's like, "Thanks," and then doesn't even think to give you his address.
I'll just hang out and be like, Lucas isn't working till 4 a.m.
Can wait until then. So what a shit job. And it'd be fun for us, but like night shift at the morgue?
Oh, I don't know. You must see all kinds of things.
He's quiet.
She's seen you, darling. Don't think it gets much stranger than that for a human.
Yeah. Perhaps, yes. Still.
Don't
I
know.
don't
He's
tell
seen
many tales.
organs with brands on them as well.
He has.
Are we waiting
Yeah.
for him?
We can wait. So
Why?
Well, we can either get him, we can go to him or use him to enter, or I have his name pass. We can try to just go in.
Yeah, why don't we just go in?
Yeah, that's fine.
We can just go.
Yep.
I mean, he's not gonna be there till 4.
Indeed, yeah, that is early.
Yeah, you've got a good few
night.
hours.
Someone else will probably be on shift though, surely, but we can check. Let's go.
I'm sure we can occupy them. Yes, who wants Eli? And I'm going to give Reinhardt the name badge. My face doesn't really go with a hello, my name is.
I can try to pretend to be a taxi driver.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
go
so
there.
you're heading to the morgue with Lucas's name badge.
Yeah, why not? Good. What they're going to do.
Okay, so you arrive
You
at
guys
the
could say
station.
no to Tabitha.
yeah, right.
I like it, it's just like, why don't we just go? And everyone's like, yeah, okay.
We've got to get something done by this night.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you arrive at the police station and you get to, Reinhardt especially knows where the morgue entrance is.
Mm-hmm.
Cal knows how to get in through the fridge. So what are you doing now that you're here? Like, it's quiet, there's nobody really around.
Try and
find these bodies.
try and find our way inside.
Yeah, you need to get into the morgue first.
So, like, I'm assuming there's just like a front door to this place.
Yeah, so basically it's got like a key, not quite a keypad, but it's like a sort of thing where you have to tap a badge and then you get in. But it's not the badge that you have. You have literally just a name badge. But there is an intercom button.
Ooh, that's interesting.
We'll try and blag it, but I left my badge. Billy, it's me. Pray that they don't really get on or know each other very well.
This is just for the morgue, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. So,
It's literally just a little staff entrance.
What if we just press the button and just keep pressing it and not answering? Maybe someone will come and check.
That's actually quite a good old monster trick, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah.
It does, though. You will eventually answer. I've done that before. It's frightening me.
Do you want to take that approach?
can do.
Tabitha presses the button.
Yes, I was waiting for you to do that.
Okay, so you just hear this. You just hear this bzzz, and then it's kind of quiet, and then you hear like the crackle of like someone going to pick up the phone, and they're like, "What do you want?"
Damn it, the ability is not listed on here.
And then they're just like,
just
hear silence on the other end, and they're like, "Jerry, is that you?"
I don't answer.
And all you hear is like, "God damn it!" And the phone like gets put down.
I buzz it again.
And it like picks up immediately, and it's like, "God damn it, Jerry! What the fuck do you want?"
I don't answer.
It's like, I swear to God, if I have to come out here, and it's like this really irate woman that just looks like she sounds like the type of person that would hit you in the face with a frying pan. She's literally
Perfect.
just like,
Yeah, nice Tabitha. This is who we need.
I'm
and then
literally
it's like
standing
slowly
right
slams
there.
down.
I'm standing right in front of the doorway, so like the second she opens that door, I'm the first thing she sees.
I'm gonna stand to the side so she doesn't see me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
As
she's
soon
put
as-
the phone down. You
yeah.
just keep been buzzing until she comes out.
I count to 10 and then I buzz it again.
And this time there's no answer. It's almost like you know that this person's like, I've played this game before.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'll buzz it again.
Oh God, it's a test of wills now.
Really?
Oh, Tabitha
Okay, I
will
feel like
win.
you might have to do a willpower roll here.
Otherwise, it's gonna be a long evening. Yeah.
It will be, yeah.
Willpower. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
straight willpower.
Okay.
If not, Lou, are you going to try and pretend you're the person who's lost their balance?
Nice.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to remind me how to do this.
Sevens
This is
and higher,
fine.
or is it sixes and higher? I forget.
Sixes.
Sixes and higher.
And I have, and it's five with a willpower. Right? Wait, there's no. Fee, you're gonna have to tell me.
What?
Oh yeah, willpower's.
It's not really an attribute or a
It's-
skill. It's
No. So it's got.
No,
I
it's
don't have
your
anything Tell me what I'm doing.
Wits resolve.
your willpower is
it's composure plus resolve.
Ah, yeah.
yeah.
So your max.
Composure.
I'll see.
Oh, add that 5 in that.
I know because I have a
Yes.
3 in willpower. Because this is
yeah,
my
your
2
composure
lowest
plus
stats.
resolve.
Yeah, that's 620.
Okay, all right. That's 4 successes. No critical fails. 4 successes.
Four successes, and then just 2 regular fails.
No, I had 5 in it, so I rolled 5
Oh.
dice.
Okay, so 4
Did I have to roll
successes.
any hunger dice or something?
I like how
No,
doors are
not-
always
not for a
trying to figure
willpower.
this
Okay.
out.
Okay. Yeah.
You only do a will. You only. You never add a hunger dice to a willpower roll.
Okay.
Because that's what you use to stop yourself from actually going mental and eating people.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay, so she got 2 successes and 2 failures.
That's her sin.
So yeah, so you keep just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing this button, and eventually you just like there's no. It's almost like there's no noise from inside, and then all of a sudden the door just slams open. And then this woman like just walks into Lou.
The second she walks into me, I would like to immediately use my entrancement power.
Okay.
And I would like to just step in and let Lou do his thing. I'm gone.
So it's you're in trance, yeah?
Entrancement, yeah, it's one of my presence abilities, level 3 presence. Which allows me
Miss, you're not helping my thing. There we go. Hold on. Hello.
So
Will you stop it? Okay, I'm just
I
checking
didn't know
what.
your dog was there.
Yeah.
Like, who are you talking to? I'm not doing anything.
This is what I'm talking to. Hello,
Oh,
Pixel.
Beauty.
doggo.
little monster. Look at
My
her.
little black beast is led next to me as well. I like that they come.
Oh, yeah, but at least she's not trying to climb into your lap.
No, she's not. She's very,
Mine's
very
just
chill.
a grump down there upset I'm not on the couch.
Oh, she's about to roll over.
She's across my lap now, so she's happy.
Aw.
Kind of. Reluctantly happy. Okay, so what? Stop! Oh, for goodness sake. There. Okay, so it's charisma and presence versus my composure and wits.
indeed. So
Chris
This
is so
is
cute.
not
You're so-
useful. You pest. It's usually your brother.
ooh.
Hi.
I got 1 regular success and 1 critical success, no critical failures.
I mean, you're gonna have to give me a minute. I don't really have any spare body parts. Thanks. Okay, that's fine. You
Oh.
stay there. Okay. So I need.
What does this do, Matt? Does it just like totally lock them in?
Basically, it basically makes them want to please me.
Ooh.
Yeah, so basically the way it's worded is the vampire focuses their unnatural allure on a single person, instilling in them a rapt fascination or infatuation akin to falling head over heels in love or meeting one's lifelong idol.
Wow, it's real
The
powerful.
person affected does their best to remain in the vampire's good graces, but stops short of causing themselves or their other loved ones physical harm.
This person would actually be more powerful because their shift is at a more convenient time for us.
Yeah.
So you did beat her because she only got 1 success.
So the second she opens the door and she sees Lou, and his eyes kind of like flash over and capture her in this entrancement.
You do realise that I didn't describe what she looks like, right?
No, not at all. Go ahead.
You know, she's like literally a little old lady.
It's fine.
That's fine. She basically
older than
looks like
her.
she should have
I'm
retired.
102.
But no, she looks like she probably should have retired a good 10 years ago and just refuses to. She's like that type of person that if death was a person, she'd smack him in the face and tell him to fuck her off and come back later. She's got that kind of attitude. But she was not expecting this at all when she opened the door. She was expecting Jenny, who's a knob, at least in her head. So she was not expecting Lou. So she literally kind of like grinds to a halt and her eyes go really big. And she's like, oh, hello.
Hi there.
She's almost acting like it's an idol rather than like a falling in love thing. Will
That's
you
fair.
stop it?
Wouldn't matter either way. Genuinely wouldn't matter either way to Lou.
No.
But yeah, just kind of goes, hi.
Can I help you?
I'm hoping so. I was told that a close personal friend of mine had been involved in some kind of accident.
Oh?
And, well, needless to say, being that I am here, a family member would have come in to confirm, but I don't particularly trust them. They stand to gain a lot if my friend dies, and so I just wanted to see for myself.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, I don't know if it's a loss yet, but I would very much like to know.
Yeah, of course. If you want to come in, and I can see what was the name? And they like kind of like turn around and start to lead you through the door.
The name was Reinhardt.
I don't think we've got anyone with that name, but I'll certainly double check the records. If you want to just wait
course.
here a minute, and she's literally like led you through the door into like a corridor.
You don't mind if I come with you, do you?
No, not at all, not at all.
Wonderful.
Like you poor little thing, and like pats your cheek.
Yeah, and like as we as we kind of go through, it goes, go ahead. I need to compose myself for a moment.
Oh, of course. You just wait right here, and then she like stuffs a tissue in your hand
Thank you.
because she pulled it from up her sleeve.
Hmm.
She's that type of weird lady.
I wait until she's like turned and like gone around the corner into another room, and I immediately go back to the front door and open it for the others.
Yeah, that's fine. You get in, no problem. It's literally just like a button on the other side.
Well, I've got a little old lady to distract. Not my funnest methods of distraction, but I can at least keep her occupied whilst you guys look around.
Excellent.
But yes, good job, guys. Reinhardt, shall we use your expertise? Need your eyes on these. Unintentional, right? And I'm gonna go find the bodies.
Yep. And Lou's going to go into the room where the old lady is and basically just keep her talking for the entire time.
Oh, that's not difficult.
No, I don't imagine it is.
She's immediately like raking through it, and she's like, "Oh, so dear, how did it happen? Like, I can't see anything with Reinhardt. Did you maybe go by another name?" And she just starts going, "You remind me so much of my grandson."
Lou, I'm gonna like creepily lean in into your ear and just be like, "Please get the passcode for the door. Thank you." I'm just gonna.
He's yeah. Gonna goes. Oh, oh, of course. No, it'd probably have been under his legal name. Of course, it would have been. This just it's an old nickname based on a very old inside joke. Now I'm trying to think of like Dutch names.
I mean, I can give you one if you want.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not a Dutch name, but I can give you a name.
Sure.
So it would be Jason.
Is that one of the people that we know is?
I mean, you did look into it at one point, and then nothing ever came of it again. So you just pull a name out of thin air, and it just happens to be Jason.
Yeah, I think his legal name was Jason.
She's like, okay. She's like, we've got quite a few, so I'll have a little look. And then she's like blabbing to you about like her neighbour's dog that shat in her garden, and
Yeah.
you know, just usual.
This facility is really interesting. I see you've got like some modern technology, but then you're still using old keypads and things like that.
Well, what you noticed at the door was there was a thing that was literally like a little box, and it had a little light on it, and you tapped a card, but underneath that there was an old keypad. And she's like, nobody tends to use the keypad anymore because it's more convenient to just tap a thing and walk in, as opposed to having to remember a number. I mean, it changes every 4 days.
Oh,
I can't remember that.
That's good, because you'd hate to think it'd be something really predictable. I've known so many jobs that I've had where we've had those old things, and it's like, oh, the code is 1234 or 0000, because they just can't be bothered.
Oh no, I mean the last one, it was like 7 digits long. How am I meant to remember 7 digits?
I don't know, can you remember 7 digits?
She's like, excuse me, Sonny. And she gets like right up in your face, and she's like, this mind is like a steel trap, okay? Just 7 numbers when you're trying to get in a rush without your morning coffee. And I mean, I've been told that I can't add anything to it.
He'll kind of just smirk and just kind of stare her in the eye, and then just go, I never meant to insult you at all.
And she kind of like melts a little bit, just like, I know, dearie. And just like pats her face again, and then turns back to the filing cabinet.
But tell me,
she's like, so Jason.
Yeah, there's like trying very much. She's still in trance, so
yeah, yeah.
He can be
for a wee while.
Yeah, he can kind of just be a bit more blunt. So I think at this point he's just gonna say, what were the 7 digits?
oh, and she just 7-digit number, but she's literally like, oh, I mean, it changed yesterday, so
Oh, what
she's
did
like,
you...
I've got it written down somewhere. And she's like, I'll memorize it later. Literally just changed before my shift started. So.
Lou's going to just start looking around to see if he can find a piece of paper with 7 digits.
I mean,
written
she's
on it.
rummaging through this desk, like it's a massive big filing cabinet. She's
Yeah.
just rummaging through it because you didn't give her a surname, you just give her a first name, so she's having to do it the old-fashioned way.
No, that's fine. Yeah, he's going to just search around for the little piece of paper she's written the 7-digit code onto, so so he can pass it to the others.
Yeah, it probably will take you a bit because there's paper littered everywhere. Like, this is her home. This is where she's like, this is her nest almost. So there's like weird pictures everywhere and like, you know, random coffee cups with stains on them, and then like a note that's like across the coffee machine that's like, stop adding booze to your coffee, and like things like that, like all over this little room. But you can tell that she's incredibly organized. Like, there's not a system that you could see until you started raking through it, and then you can see that there is some sort of organized system. You're just not entirely sure what that is. But yeah, so you do eventually find the code. It's actually 9 digits this time.
9-digit code.
Every 4 days, yeah.
He will take that code. The door to this room, is it like one of the? Is it just like a solid door? Is it like a door with like the glass window on it, or?
It's got a frosted glass window in it, so you can see if there's someone in or out of it, but you can't see anything.
Cool. In which case, he's just going to take the piece of paper and slip it underneath the door then. Whilst this woman's searching around.
I'm going to assume then that there was someone on the other side of the door ready to get this code.
Yeah, I'll snort that up. I'll pick that up quickly. I'm going to come back later and steal Lucas's card anyway, so I just need to...
Okay, so while Lou is keeping this little old lady entertained, are the other 3 heading to the actual morgue?
I think so.
Yep.
You guys ready? I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Tabitha will follow unless something grabs her attention.
I mean, there is something I wish I picked up now that I've
What
thought
is
about it, but never mind. A pencil and some baking paper.
Yeah.
I mean, you would probably have a pencil on you, but you definitely wouldn't have baking paper.
No, I wish I'd checked the flat before we left, but meh.
I don't even think they would have had baking paper in the flat,
Probably
to
not.
be honest.
No.
Oh well. Hopefully they'll have
Right.
some paper we can use for this.
Sarah, pick a number between 1 and 10.
Make it a good one.
8.
Ooh, you sure?
Oh,
Okay.
Don't
That's
do
fine.
that.
So,
Sorry, Sarah.
so far, nothing's distracted you on your way to the morgue.
Oh.
Okay.
It's fine. It was nothing. It was nothing bad. I just wanted to throw in a random thing of, do you
Yeah.
get distracted on your way?
That's fair.
But what you do here is, as you get closer to the morgue, because Reinhardt's, I imagine, in the lead because he's been down this path before. Like, once you get past the offices, it's the path that you literally took the last time you were there.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like
So
to kind of use my own unseen passage, just have that on, because I don't
Yeah.
know who else is down here.
Yeah, mine's
Yeah.
up as well. Though.
So Reinhardt's basically the only one that can be
Yep.
seen just trotting
Yeah.
down this hallway.
Yeah.
But as you get closer, you can hear like you can hear music coming.
What kind of music?
I will put some.
Oh, you could really hear this.
I hope it's like Eurobeat or Eurofrance. Like just somebody screaming DJ Scooter.
No,
I haven't heard that.
but
in
no, it's
ages.
proper like beat stuff, and you can hear someone like tapping and stuff. So it's
Oh.
like proper like heavy beat.
I was half hoping that you'd walk into the morgue and just hear, I hear them echoing tonight.
Copyright, can't do that.
Yeah. Totally.
Just walking
I
there
was
playing
really
Toto.
tempted to be like, you hear like the Chipmunk song or something, but,
Scary skeletons.
or Crazy Frog. But no, you hear like a beat going on, and there's someone like tapping on stuff as they're like wandering about. So you can hear someone that's like boo, 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 to themselves as they're like going along. And yeah, so then Reinhardt, because you're first, you get to the door, and there's this very, very tall woman. Like, she's very tall and lanky. She's like a good 6'4", and but she looks like she could be a supermodel. But she's literally like rocking out with, like, you know, goggles on her head and like this coat, and she's like tapping everything. But she's got stuff going in the background, and she's got like all of the. She's a proper morgue assistant. She just doesn't look like she should be one.
The rules.
And she looks like she's having the time of her life right now, just bopping away with this music going. So what do you do?
Well, so far I'm the only person who can. So basically, I got no idea where anybody else is.
Well,
And-
you imagine that they're at least close behind, because you could
Yeah.
probably feel Tabitha like bopping away behind
Yeah,
you.
she's definitely dancing.
So we have a person in there that we need to just knock out potentially. Now, the last time I tried this, it didn't go
I was
well.
going to say, I was like,
Yeah,
are you sure
it
you
was
want to
here
try and
as
knock
well.
it out?
But
The little
You
old
know,
lady.
I could go overkill on it.
Oh.
Are you actually going to think about killing this woman in a morgue?
Oh, okay.
I mean, nobody knows. She'd just be another dead body.
Sure.
What do you mean? Unless you're going to take a dead body out of the morgue.
I mean, I could. Do you want me to knock her out?
If you can, like,
I have
make her go away. Oh, actually, I have an idea. Right. I'm gonna very quietly try to very quietly open the door.
Oh, the door's open.
Okay, I'm going
That's
to.
what I'm saying, is that's why you can hear the music so loud.
Okay, I'm going to very quietly walk behind her,
Mm-hmm.
tap her on the shoulder, and I'm going to use compel as soon as she turns around.
Now we're
Okay.
vampiring.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna see what I need to fight against.
Depends if she's prepared or not.
Well, this is the thing, is now I'm gonna.
Just gonna run to the bathroom for a bit.
Okay. Okay, what did you want to compel her to do?
Go home.
Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna do the same thing to you. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
3.
Okay. So as you go up to her and tap her on the shoulder, she spins round to look at you, and you compel her to go home?
I'm going to say, because it's single action command. I don't know what that means.
It's no longer than a short sentence, so it couldn't be a thing of saying you get in your car and you drive to the airport and you get on a plane
Okay.
thingy. It's got to be a short sentence, like, so it basically be something like stop or don't move or something.
Or go
Oh.
home.
So if you wanted go home, you could do go home.
But people might say you're leaving now. It'd be weird. Yeah, I'll try. So, hang on. Short sentence. Go home. You left the oven on.
You do realise that she's like 3/4 of the way through her shift, so that
Okay,
might
I'll-
confuse her if you
I'll,
do
ju-
that.
I'll just say it's time to go home.
Okay, so you're just saying it's time to go home.
Yep. Go home. It's time to go home.
Okay. Okay. You see her, she literally just stops, and all of a sudden she turns the music off and just turns around and goes home. But she doesn't pick up any of her stuff. So she has no car keys. She has no pass to leave the building unless she knows a code to get out. She has no house keys, no nothing. So because you've done this, you have, well, she can get out of the building, but she then can't get back in, which means once she gets to her car, realizes she doesn't have her car keys, she's going to have to turn around and come back, which means she might then interrupt. But it's too late now, she's gone. So you've got, as you notice her do this, you realize that you've got maybe 10 minutes to do what you need to do before something bad could happen.
I go through her stuff.
Yeah, that's ours now.
Why are you going through her stuff?
Because she left it.
I mean, that's fair. That's a Tabitha thing to do.
Yeah, I was going to say agree with you.
Try and find this body.
Yeah,
Like
let's
one of
move.
the. Try and find the bodies.
Okay, you're trying to find all of them or just one?
Try and find them all, and then I don't
I'll help
fucking
you.
know.
Yeah,
At
no,
this
I'll help
point.
you.
Okay,
What
so
what I'd probably do is find some paper,
okay,
give you like a handful, give you a pencil, and say find the inscriptions on the organs, and basically just try and create a rubbing through the paper
Yeah.
of the mark,
I'm
and
with
just
you.
put body and the organ it's on. We don't have long.
I will do my best. Well done on
okay,
not killing her.
so
It would have been easier if I had.
well, you say that it might not have been because you might have failed miserably like last time.
Well, no, because I would have just used my I just used lethal body.
Uber punch. Yeah.
So I think Tabitha is like, why don't we have long? She left.
We're busy.
What?
We have
Okay.
10 minutes before she comes back. Maybe. We don't have long because she can't go home. Her keys are still there. Which means what I told hasn't really worked. And she can't get back into the building because her pass is there.
I'll gather her things and go follow her.
Okay,
I mean, what am I going to do in the morgue?
that's true. Okay, so I need
We all have our own specialities.
I need Cal and Reinhardt to do an investigation and probably a science.
Ooh. Oh, I have one science.
Holy shit.
You can, wait, does this count as gathering information or is it something else?
I mean, technically, yes, it would be counted as gathering information.
Because one of you could, if you can choose to use a different skill to gather information in this moment, because I have that everything is connected ability.
Okay, Reinhardt, do you want to use a cult or something? I feel like you'll lead in this. this part.
No, I'm actually just in good investigation, science, and occult. Like they're all equal at 4.
Oh, fair play. Okay.
So if you've got one that you could replace with.
We essentially can do this once per session.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing that I feel is super. Like
I mean,
okay invested.
does it
But,
say
like-
it has to make sense, or is it just
No,
one skill to another?
it says one per session, a coach or a mate may substitute one skill pool for another of their choice on a skill test to
Okay.
gather information. You then gain the information based on the margin of success.
All right.
So if you've got something that's really good, you could use that instead of
I
one
do.
that's bad.
It feels cheesy, but obviously I could use stealth.
I mean, it's fine
If
technically.
you're, I feel that feels cheap, but I mean, I suppose it's your ability. Okay, I'll do it. If you're you're the
Okay.
GM, the storyteller. Sorry, if you say it's okay, so
Yeah, no, that's fine.
three,
So then Tabitha, you go. I'm assuming you go running down the hall after her.
Mm-hmm.
You manage to get her just before she leaves
Yeah.
building. Like she's literally got her hand on the door. What are you gonna say?
I'm just gonna use her card.
what are you gonna do?
And I'm gonna tap the card on the Because that way,
Oh,
is
no,
that
like
how you get up?
she's like half out the building. Like she's got her hand on the door. She's leaving the building. Like she can push a button
Okay.
to leave the building.
I will say, hey, you forgot these. And I'll hold them out. And then I'm going to use cloud memory to make her forget that I handed them to her.
Yes. It's all coming together. Good job, team.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
I like to imagine as well. Reinhardt was like, "Yeah, she can clean up. It's good."
Okay, again, it's an unexpected thing, so she's not expecting it. So yeah, no, that's fine.
Yes, we're like actually vampires. We're doing
You know,
it.
dice
We
do
can-
work with you sometimes.
We can actually do stuff. Yeah.
This is cool. We got got through a door.
Okay, so yeah, so she literally like it's like she does it. She turns to look at you, and then you give her the bag, and then it's almost like she sort of slow blinks and then turns around and just keeps walking. With holding onto a bag, doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
So for these rolls, I take one dice and replace it with one hunger dice, don't I?
Yeah, we're at
Or
100,
how?
right?
Yeah, you should all have at least
See,
one
we
hunger.
fed. We fed.
Yeah.
You
So she's
said, yeah.
fed. She fed. Yeah.
I moonwalk
Okay.
back down the hallway.
Out of character, and impressed.
Okay,
Cal doesn't
again,
see it.
Sarah, pick a number between 1 and 10.
Oh God.
I want to see if Tabitha gets distracted.
4.
Okay, no, you're still moonwalking down the
All right,
hall.
cool.
But there's no music now. It's just
Oh, I've always
just
done
whatever
that.
music's in her
I've
head.
always, yeah. I got my earbuds. I can't go
yeah.
anywhere without my.
Yeah, oh,
That's
that's true, isn't it? Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so how did you do on your rolls?
You go first, Chris.
Okay, I rolled 3 failures. I
Excellent.
rolled a critical success and 4 successes.
Wow, fair play.
Okay.
So I rolled
Okay.
3 standard successes and 1 crit success, and everything else blanks.
Oh yeah, sorry, there were blanks, not failures.
Yeah.
But
the
blanks
same
are
thing?
failures,
Sorry.
aren't
No,
they?
the
Yeah.
to blanks are failures. Yeah, it's
Okay, so
critical
4
failures.
failures for
There's
me.
a spell in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So you get let's see how
The morgue is ours now.
So basically, you find 3 of the 4 people that I assume you are looking for. If you're looking for all of the murder victims,
Yeah, and hopefully
The
not
only
the
one
one
you-
that we've seen.
no, the only
Picture
one
one.
that you don't find is ironically Jason, the one that is the first victim, because he's been moved elsewhere.
Does it say where? Is that like a note?
I mean, you can, if you
Yeah,
want
maybe.
to find out, you'd have to get into his file, which would
No,
mean either
I'm not
waiting
going for
until
that
the little
paper.
old lady finds it, or
Yeah.
you could potentially hack the system.
I'll do that another time. But we're here now. Let's do this. Let's do that now. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
want to
you
follow Reinhardt's plan.
okay? So there's plenty of paper and pencils and stuff around. It's essentially, it's still a kind of half office building. Like there's things that you can use to be able to. I mean, I would probably wouldn't recommend taking rubbings of the organs because they're still organs and they're still squishy and
Gross,
slightly
yeah.
decomposing. But you could take pictures or drawings of what you need.
Yeah, like drawings and pictures.
Yeah.
Fine.
Probably
If
take
we
photos.
can get an ink pad and like use it as a stamp.
I think that might be a dead giveaway unless you
Yeah.
cleaned it afterwards.
But yeah, just drawings and pictures. Reinhardt would probably do drawings because he's used to working off.
Yeah.
drawings.
I'd probably do
I
tech.
will note, you guys know that Lou is an artist.
Yeah, and we were talking about you could like recreate it in a sense as well. So yeah, I'll probably take like as many photos of them as I can, so that I can go home and then like get Ted to render them in Maya or something, and then be like, "Can you draw this, Lou?" Ted is definitely my ghoul in this fiction. I'm gonna get Ted,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then you can draw them from every angle, as it were. That's how I'll help. I'll make 3D renders of them as close as I can. I know they're not really deep, obviously, because they're just brandings, but
Yeah.
it feels like that might be important. I don't know. Reinhardt would know. That's probably more.
That's fine. I'm just Just double checking what organs
Ooh, yeah.
you would. Did not know that. Okay, that's slightly weird. Sorry, I'm literally reading up on autopsy things at the moment. This is not what I thought I'd be doing for my Monday night. Okay, so basically, the organs that have brands on them are the heart, lungs, liver, stomach, and spleen. So there's five organs per body.
Per body.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The
So it's a
heart,
heart,
lungs, liver, stomach, and spleen.
Ooh. And as Reinhardt and I start collating them, is it the same on each body, as it were? Is it like the same 5, or is it 5 different on each body? You know what I mean? Different sets.
First glance, they look the same, but as you start, especially as obviously Reinhardt starts to kind of draw some of them down, you start to notice some differences. Like they would connect up differently, because obviously they're now in a bag in the body, so you've got to kind of open the body up and remove them individually.
Oh, this is way messier than I imagined. This is gross.
This is what happens when you deal with dead bodies.
Yeah, Cal wouldn't care, but as someone who finds the human body grotesque, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, but each symbol connects together, or
yes. So it almost looks like something's been like branded on top.
Oh, okay, of each body.
So it's not, so it's not an individual brand per organ. It's almost like something stamped on them. But it wasn't. Okay. It was through the skin and through the bones, and it was straight onto the organs.
So that's why bits are missing, right? Because it didn't go all the. Okay. So I think I understand that.
If you can get like,
to be fair, none of those bits were missing anyway.
So probably each body has its own unique brand.
Oh, and then together, which is what we were going to get Lou to kind of piece up, right? That, I remember that.
So if you can get like the photos of all the pieces, then Lou can try and like recreate the complete.
Cool. Yeah, that seems cool. All right, good. Yeah, I mean, feverishly doing that then.
Cool. Okay, so it takes you probably a good half hour or so to be able to get accurate enough drawings and pictures that you know that Lou could work with. But the more you're looking at things, the more you realize there is obviously that you need that other body to be able to actually figure out what this might mean.
The final piece.
So let me see. Again, Sarah, pick a number between 1 and 10.
2.
Excellent. So I imagine you have all the pictures that you need. You're not gonna hack into the system to find the other body, are you?
Isn't the old lady currently looking for that one?
She's looking for the file. She doesn't know if the body's here or not.
I mean,
but there's quite a few Jasons.
Yeah.
It could take forever.
Because you don't have a surname for her.
If Lou comes and tells me she's using paper, then Cal will definitely get involved.
Okay, so
but I don't know at the moment. I don't want to.
Yeah, Lou, are you going to stay where you are for the time being, or are you going to?
Lou's going to stay where. Going to stay where he is, but he's got his phone out, and he'll kind of like just message Cal and just go, "What's going on?"
I'll just send him all the pictures of the organs and the brands.
Lou will send a thumbs up and then say, "Okay, do we need anything else?"
I'll say one body. Yeah, just one body. And then was his name Jason?
Yeah.
And I'll just put Jason ?
I mean, if you want, if you could do, I'm just trying to think what this would be.
I don't want to roll now.
Can you roll just a straight intelligence check to see if you can remember his surname?
Oh, do not do it. Intelligence. Okay.
Just a straight intelligence.
Yeah, no blood. Hunger.
No.
1 crit success.
Okay, so you don't remember the full thing, but you remember it was kind of not Dutch sounding and it started with a V.
Yeah, I'll text you some of that. Jason V something, and I'll use like predictive text to see if anything sounds right. So I'll probably send you a few. Do I recognize any of them?
Probably nothing that would come up with predictive text. I'm gonna check.
Never know.
Would Jason's death have been on the news?
Yes, because it was the first murder.
Oh, okay then. Yeah.
That written down.
Yeah, do we have that?
Search an online news source and.
I mean, if you got the first few letters, you could get there eventually, but.
Oh, we have Erica Klassen.
Nope, she was the last one.
Oh.
So what I mean is I gave you all the information. You didn't really look into it. Like, Reinhardt did a quick check on the other ones. So not Reinhardt, sorry, Cal did a quick check on some of the other murder victims, but you only started to pay attention when she was found 2 streets away from you.
Right.
So
how deep it went.
Yeah, so but if we know he was the first murder victim.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so I'll say that then. Jason, first guy.
Lou.
Dots.
Lou is going to pull out his phone. Basically, he's still got his phone out. He's going to open up his an internet searching the local news, and is going to kind of search into the murders.
It would come up very quickly.
Yeah, he's going to literally specifically just search into the murders and then just keep scrolling until he finds the first one.
Yeah, it would come up very quickly. It's Jason Vasquez.
And he'll just say to the lady, his surname was Vasquez, if that's of any help.
If you don't mind, at this moment, I'm going to send you a picture of a screenshot of the news article that says Jason Vasquez. This guy? Question mark.
Yeah, so she's going to be like, oh, yeah, him. That was a terrible thing that happened to him. You know, I don't think they actually figured out how he died. And she's like flicking through it, and then she finds it, and she's like, oh, here you go. And then she'll like hand the file over to you.
I'll take that, and I'll just kind of look at her and I go, thank you very much for all your help. And while she's still in trance, is just going to walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk away with the file.
Okay, are you going to look at the file before you leave the room?
Oh no, I'm just going to take it with me.
All right, okay. Are you going to go down to meet Cal?
I'll look literally just to make sure it's got the right name on it and that she hasn't given me the wrong file, but that's pretty much it.
Okay. So as I'm assuming you're going to go and join Cal and Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Tabitha. So as you're going down the hallway, you see Tabitha, who is in the hallway because she got distracted because you said a 2 and I rolled a 2. So yeah, and then you see Tabitha and she is wheeling about on a little chair it's like a weird little sort of stool with a small back. And she's wheeling about on that, holding scalpels, and she's just sword fighting with herself as she's wheeling about. But she's making a hell of a racket.
Drumming.
Just so you're aware.
With
scalpels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll walk over to Kat.
Probably getting quite loud as she's doing it. She's got her back to you, Lou, so you don't know that she doesn't know that you're there. But she's like, and she's like this, making loads of noise as she's doing it.
I'm gonna walk over to her very quickly, pull one of the earbuds out of her ear and go, time to go, pet. And then
Okie dokie.
Message to the other 2 and just say exit.
I will stab the scalpels into the wall and then start to leave.
Just literally.
Actually, no. Usually she'll like fling them up into the ceiling.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Yeah.
And then just leave the stool in the middle of
Yeah.
the hall.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
But you can like start to hear footsteps because Tabitha's been really loud. But
Yeah.
because everyone's been doing other things, they've not fully noticed how loud and how echoey the corridor is. Until, like, say, Lou walked out and then she's literally like, Papa! And it's like echoing everywhere. And you can hear footsteps start to like kind of come from above you, like coming along the corridor.
When I get Lou's text, I'll just look at Reinhardt like, time to go.
You
You're
muted, Chris.
muted, Chris.
Like, I'd probably start pushing the bodies back into the thing.
Yeah, I'll help you.
Like, probably like grab an apron, put it onto my hands, and just start ramming the the people back into where they're supposed to be.
In their boxes and their drawers, yeah.
And I guess probably, would I notice the scalpels in the roof?
Probably not at this stage. I feel like it's been a case of you were probably, both of you were probably, like, the door shut after Tabitha sort of left. She never really made it back fully into the room.
Okay.
I feel like she probably got into the room and saw something shiny as scalpels and then a wheelie chair and kind of went, concert. And then just started like, but she was in the corridor for a good sort of 10 minutes, getting steadily louder, but you didn't notice because you were making noise in the morgue.
Yeah.
And Lou was getting his ears chatted off by this little old lady.
How far
So-
away is the walking at this point?
So
Yeah.
How far away is the walking at this point?
it's almost sort of directly above you, but it's heading towards the stairs, which are at the bottom of the corridor.
Okay. What's the light like in the morgue?
Oh, it's really bright.
Is it those strip lights, or is it one bright bulb? What is it?
No, there's lights everywhere. Like there's
Okay.
strip lights under all the cupboards, and like there's like the kind of almost like the kind of surgeon lamps that go up and over you. There's lights everywhere. There's not
Okay.
a dark corner in that room.
I'll flick the lights off as we leave, and I'll take
Okay.
I'll put that stool back in, and I'll take the thing that I was using to cover my hands when I was pushing the things in, and I'll use that to switch the lights off so I can't get any fingerprints, because technically it'd still have fingerprints even though I'm dead. I'm
Yep.
dead. So I'll use that to switch off all the lights because this person went home, and then try and bolt for the door, dragging
Okay.
Carl with me.
So you are all leaving, yeah?
Mhm.
No one's mortal card is around, is there?
Is there what?
Is there any of their like access cards around? Nobody's left them.
Not that you can see, but you do have the code in your
Yeah, I'll
pocket.
Yeah, I'll come back later and steal Luke's. That's fine. I just move this.
Oh no,
being
he's got his
opportunistic.
on him. Like he's
Yeah, that's
got
what I
his
mean.
on him anyway.
I'll come back when he goes to work. Basically, I'll
Oh
come here.
yeah, you've got about an hour or so before he.
Yeah, that's what I
goes
mean.
to
I
work.
don't need to do that now.
Um.
No, if
So,
Lou
yeah.
texts me, I would leave like straight up as soon as.
Yeah.
I trust him to know when it's time to call it.
That's fine. So you get
Will
out
do.
without any issues.
Yeah,
Annoyingly.
that is a
Um,
super successful heist. Well done, everyone. I feel really proud of us.
Yeah.
That's not
Um,
being sarcastic. I felt good. We did it.
So you get out of morgue. Are you going straight back to the flat, or?
Well, has Lou told me he got a file yet?
I mean, once we're outside, we see each other, so he can just hold up the file and
Oh, then I put my dirty hands on that straight away. And I'm like, what is this?
say, maybe a safe place, love.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. But yeah, I'm holding it like you've just given me a present I can't wait to open.
Let's get back to the let's get back to the homestead, and then we can have a look at it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you just get back to the flat fairly easily. And yeah, so Cal's now got a nice file to look into.
He like dramatically slaps it down on the table and he opens it. Yeah, what is it? What does it tell us? What happened to Jason Vasquez?
So, Jason Vasquez was the first victim. His index finger and his pinky finger on both hands were missing.
I remember that, yeah.
Still no cause of death, although the organs were branded while he was alive.
Oh, brutal.
That's
Metal.
probably what killed him.
But it didn't. It almost shows signs of healing.
Oh no. And where does it say the body went?
The body has been released back to its family, so it's on its way back to his hometown.
Maybe we should
of-
check. Maybe we should check some of the people that came out of Prey for our brands.
We should.
Hats or whatever, yeah.
We
I
absolutely should.
don't know to check somebody for branding on the inside of their internal organs without,
I mean,
Pin
if
them
you
up.
look through the file, it does tell you they show up on ultrasound.
No, does it?
Okay.
Oh, we're getting medical now. CSI.
So we just need to go into hospital with someone.
The branding shows signs that it's healed.
It started to heal, yeah. So the person was alive when it
Yeah.
happened, and then they lived for a while afterwards because the burns started to heal.
So
Yeah, that's not normal.
we know that outside of vampires, the only monsters that are genuinely true are like werewolves
And spirits.
and spirits.
But
Oh,
spirits
no.
can't do anything like that you're aware of.
What are the kind of rumors and legends surrounding things like devils and demons?
They tend to be classed as almost like mortal superstition.
Okay.
So basically, they like to play up things like demons and devils and things because sometimes you get what you want by fear.
Yeah, of course.
But there's also some vampires that are like they can't fully be ruled out, because if vampires are supposed to be mythological and so are werewolves and so are spirits, but those are real,
Yeah.
nobody's ever confirmed or denied the fact that they're real or not. But the general consensus is the fact that it's an immortal creature that is just horrific. Like, not even they've lost their humanity, they've just never had it to begin with. So it doesn't necessarily have to be
This is.
a mythological creature.
I love how above our pay grade every theory we have.
It
is
really
just
is.
like, can it just be another vamp gang? It's like, no, it's
This-
Jack the Ripper. No, it's a demon.
Well,
I mean, it might
no,
not be a demon.
Count
it might not be,
Dracula.
but so the reason I ask, because the whole branding of organs feels very kind of demonic or fiendish in a lot of ways.
It does.
Also, there were a lot of letters that went around at the time of Jack the Ripper, most of which were seen to be very much false and faked and like just people trying to get attention. There is one that is considered to be considered to be the only potentially genuine one, and the first line of the letter reads "From Hell."
No way.
Yeah.
Man, you've done your research.
I have spent way too long looking into Jack the Ripper.
Not even going to ask why.
And
You do
ironically,
it.
not even for this game. No,
That's
no,
what I
Not
mean.
even for this.
That's
I
not-
literally have the
Dude, when
books
you
on
picked it
this
up, I was
shit.
like, that's the craziest metagame I've ever seen. That's fine. Like, you can't.
It's very much. It is metagamey, but at the same time, Lou
How
at
would you
one
know?
point,
No,
Lou at one point did try to become
Yeah. No,
consider himself a serial killer.
dude, it's so
Um,
metagame, it's real. Like, yeah, he would
yeah.
have that book, right?
So
That's true.
it's the sort of thing like he was very much a fanboy of serial killers for a while and
Yeah.
tried to become one himself. But
Yeah, dude, I meant that as a compliment, not
Yeah,
as in like you're
100%, no.
cheating.
No,
As
no,
in you
you're-
are living the game outside the game
100%, yeah.
while inside the game.
I get, yeah, no, I 100% get that. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's the
mad.
thing. And the
When you picked it up, that's why I believe the theory. I'm like, he knows. He knows.
yeah,
Before I forget, I quickly want to I'm all in on your theory now, by the way. Where is his body going? You said Jason Vasquez's body's going to his family in
To his family in Mexico.
where?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Oh,
So
okay,
it
Mexico.
only left it's being in preparation to be shipped
So it's still in
or
the
flown, I should say.
country.
To
Oh, okay,
Mexico.
okay. So it's not left yet.
To the
It's not
airports.
left yet.
Not wait, we can't.
Well, it's in a sort of holding morgue
Yeah,
because
in
even
between.
still, even airports it's still got to go through essentially a form of
So
security.
much
So,
red tape. Moving a body.
If
is
you're
hard.
if you're organized enough for the next session, you could attempt to go to the airport and find this body. But I will also say, for Reinhardt, you would also know that not necessarily, well, kind of the brands, but some of the markings look familiar from your teaching days, when
Yeah.
you first became a vampire and you started to learn magic. You never used anything like that, but when they told you about the history of the clan and how it all came about, the symbols have a very similar feel to that. So I don't know if he's going to say anything.
I'm writing notes at the moment. I'll probably say that they look familiar, but I'd need to spend more time figuring out why. They're kind of, there's something about them that looks familiar. Not something I've done, but I think I've seen them before, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, you might get more information when you get the final piece of the puzzle, almost, or at least for the time being.
I feel like we've made so much progress now.
You have.
Oh,
I'm very impressed with the Jack the Ripper thing that you got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rad. It was super cool.
I have watched so many documentaries on Jack the Ripper.
Amazing.
I could
Yeah.
probably tell you not only the full names of each of these people, the victims, but also the locations where their bodies were found. If I really
Let's go
thought
there
about
then.
it.
We can complete the game. Just fly there.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I won't do that. I've also just looked up portable ultrasounds work on iPads, so we can set that up. Can be
Look
in
at
the-
you actually like that.
I've screenshotted it and everything in case anyone's like, that's not real, Rob.
Is it
It
just
definitely is. Phillips do them. Looking at the website now.
That's amazing.
You probably. You might be able to find one. I don't know. Is that a thing that you could find in the morgue? Do they have an?
Tabby,
I
I
was
think-
thinking I'd just
Oh
go
yeah,
back.
but they probably wouldn't have a little portable one. They've probably got
I'll
like
buy
a
one.
really
Oh,
big.
That's fair.
I'll buy
one.
one off the internet. I'll use a fake ID.
I was
and
gonna
get
say, I was like, yeah, Cal could get them easy. You could get them
Yeah.
like next day delivery.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he'll just get it to his ghoul's house, like easy
Yeah.
peasy.
Can you imagine going? When did I order an ultrasound?
Exactly. She doesn't, and then she
Am I
doesn't really
pregnant
remember.
without knowing?
Yeah, that's it. And then the next day it's gone, and she doesn't really remember ordering it. So it's all good.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. Yeah, and then we can, for real, I think you can stand in the queue, right, and be like, "Hey, Lou, this might be a you thing. Like, get scanned, and you might win entrance or whatever BS people care about." And then when we find, we can start.
Well, if
tagging
you
these
want people that have been to Prey, you're probably better off finding folk because you had a list of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Going to
That's
them
a good
actually in
person.
person. We know
Yeah.
So,
we've met one at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vessel girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't like us.
No, but that is
Well,
a way of
to
not.
be
She
fair, the
doesn't-
last time she didn't know you were there.
She doesn't.
Yeah, she's
have to.
strange. She's strange. But we can scan her, see if there's any, rather than having to chop them all up and become some sort of meat abattoir in your flat.
Mm.
No.
You get messy up in here. Yeah.
You do clean up after yourself. It's a rule.
And he cleans up after you as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's my job. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm actually going to buy the ultrasound, but in game, not real life.
Oh, I would figure you wouldn't have bought it in real life. Excellent.
that
So
No, I'm not like
Or-
that. Set up all the riffs.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so that is 10:30. So we'll kind of like
Yeah.
call it. It's been a very, very
Progress.
Mhm.
it's been a very interesting
It really has.
Matt's cracked the
session.
keys.
So yeah, so for next time, Cal's gonna have a portable ultrasound kit. Reinhardt is gonna look into the kind of brands and the kind of marks.
And Lou will help with that by trying to recreate the complete symbol.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you first of all you need to get to the airport before this guy's body buggers off to Mexico.
Go to the
Yeah.
airport. Lou and I can
Yeah.
get the body.
Yay! Family trip, family night out. Excellent. So,
Oh shoot!
oh no.
What have you done?
No, I just had a really bad idea.
Yay!
Oh my god, you're gonna have to shade it. You're gonna have to shade it.
I'll share it after the stream, just in case we decide to do it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, and on that note, we will call it a night.
Thanks.
So, thanks very much, everybody watching. Thanks,
Th-
guys. This was great fun. It was so nice to be back.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it
so
was
good
cool.
to be
So
back
nice
in
to
this.
be back.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you are new, we are Wayfarers League. You can find us at wayfarersleague.com, which has links to our Discord, to our YouTube and our Twitch and our merch store. Make sure to come along, make sure to support us. We are a community of people who just love tabletop role-playing games, and we have lots of games coming up, so get involved and join up.
Uh-huh.
Thank you all and have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.